Enjoy this song. Y'all know the words. Sing it with me. On the screen on YouTube.
Carried it long enough.
Welcome in, family.
All that weight, all that pain, all that proving. When strength starts to hurt, it's not strength anymore. It's survival. And baby, you don't have to survive anymore. You were made to rise. Been walking with the mask on, smiling through the ache, playing hero to the world, but my heart's about to break. They said be strong, and I believed it. Too strong became the reason I couldn't breathe with it. All these walls I built so tall, they kept me safe, but they kept me small. Now I'm ready to let the tears fall free, cause healing starts when I choose me. I'm learning to breathe again, to trust the rhythm underneath my skin. I hear that whisper deep inside, it's calling me higher. It's time to rise, lift up your head and shine. Let go of the pain you've been carrying all this time. Forgiveness is freedom, peace is the prize. You've cried long enough, now it's time to rise. It's time to rise. Every scar's a story I survived. Every fall taught me how to stay alive. Now I'm not chasing what broke me before. I'm walking through that open door. No more pretending I'm fine when I'm not. No more giving love away from an empty spot. This time I'm filling my own cup first and letting the overflow heal the hurt. I'm learning to breathe again, to trust the rhythm underneath my skin. I hear that whisper deep inside, it's calling me higher. It's time to rise, lift up your head and shine. Let go of the pain you've been carrying all this time. Forgiveness is freedom, peace is the prize. You cried long enough, now it's time to rise. It's time to rise. I laid down the armor, dropped the disguise, looked in the mirror and saw truth in my eyes. Been strong for the world, but it cost me peace. Now I'm breaking those chains, I'm choosing release. No more shrinking to make them okay. No more carrying what wasn't mine anyway. I forgive the pain, I forgive the past, cause freedom is here and it's gonna last. This is for every woman who survived the night, who forgot her power but's reclaiming the light. You don't have to carry their weight anymore. Stand tall, this is what you were rising for.
Welcome in, family.
It's time to rise, lift up your head and shine. Let go of the pain you've been carrying all this time. Forgiveness is freedom, peace is the prize. You cried long enough, now it's time to rise.
So
Rise, let your tears be released. Rise, let your soul find peace. Rise, every wound becomes wisdom. Rise, this is your freedom.
you like that video? Wow, so empowering. Yes, I love YAHUAH. Oh my goodness, do I love our Most High.
You've carried it long enough.
We're free.
You're free now. It's time to rise.
Welcome in, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How y'all doing? Welcome in. That's how you get it going, right? Hey, Casey, welcome in, family. Hi, Pinky the Don. Hey, Jacqueline. Glad to have you all join us today. We are about to get it going. I'm super excited. Hi, Chris Chestnut. Hey, Nelda. Good to see you, beloved, sliding in on that golden carpet. Welcome in. Hi, Sunshine Girl. She said, welcome. Okay. You needed that song today. It's time to rise, Brittany, right? Yes, Mila. Yes, Vivian. Yes. I'm super excited. So we are continuing. Hey, I'm coming in. Nelda said. How y'all doing? Hey, Viola. Welcome. Let's see. Hugh, good to see you. I'm trying to say hi to everybody. Slim, welcome in. All right, family, y'all could do us a great favor by tapping, tap on that like button. Make sure that you all are letting me know where you're watching from, city, state, and country. Hey, Yaakov, how you doing, beloved? Yaakov says, Shalom, family. And YAHUAH Mashiach, Alua. Hallelujah. Y'all, he loves us. He loves us. The details that we are uncovering inside the true scriptures just prove how much he loves us. He intends for us to win. He does not intend for us to be fooled by the okie doke. Trinidad in the house. Grand Cayman in the house. I'm coming to visit y'all. Oh my goodness. Shalom, Amaris. Welcome in. Says Shalom, family. All right. We are going to continue. Thank you all for your heart me's. I appreciate it. Those of you who are watching on TikTok, make sure you tap on your daily heart me and connect to the room. We're going to put a nice little love badge on your name. And then at the end, as you engage with the room, you're going to be accumulating engagement points. So y'all continue to tap, continue to put your comments in. Every time you put in a comment, the algorithm registers it as as engagement, and it sends the notice out to the family to bring more of us into the room. So y'all continue to tap, continue to leave your comments. If I say something, welcome back, Michael. Welcome back, Shirley. Shirley said Grand Rising family. Michael said Shalom family. If something I say hits you in the city of your soul, type it in the comments. It does two things. Well, three things. It helps you to register what it is that stood out for you. It helps us align and be in agreement with you. And it helps the algorithm see that there's activity in the room, and it goes out and grabs more of our family members. So y'all do that, okay? Comments help, likes help, shares help, reposts help. Everything makes a difference, right? I appreciate all of your assistance in helping get the word out so that more of our family members can learn about this truth. Y'all, time is ticking. Things are winding down or winding up, whichever. Okay, so my little people hijacked my highlighter. I thought it was over here. So what I'm going to do, oh boy, I thought I was prepared, family. Oh well. Okay, y'all doing all right? Hey, Teresa Jackson, welcome in. She says, Shalom, family. I'm doing all right, Nelda. It's Friday. I get to sleep in tomorrow, which is a party for mom. As long as my little people don't wake a sister up. Thank you, Nelda, for the lightning bolt. I appreciate it. You are welcome to come. All right, Neil, don't play games with me now. I'll be calling, knocking on your door. Me and my two kids. Anyway. All right. YAHUAH is moving fast, right, Amaris? Okay, so for those of you who are new, I'm Queenie Brown. I am your host. Let me take that notice off of the screen just a second. I am your host, and we are, I'm welcome to your house anytime. All right now, don't be surprised one day. I'm taking notes. Who said I could come? Oh, thank you, Neil, for the love. I appreciate it. All right, so we've been reading. Well, let me finish introducing myself. I'm a certified master spiritual life and business coach. I'm an author of several books, all around heart healing, stepping into truth, coming home to who you are as a person, as a being made in the image of the Most High. And I'm all about us aligning with truth, aligning with the original design. YAHUAH created us powerfully, and he intended for us to be able to step into that power for such a time as this, right? Everything that we see going on in the world, this is all prophetic. It's in the book. We read it when we read through the Brit Hadash, which is the New Testament. And then now we completed this. For those of you who missed it, I put the link in the comments and also in the description so that you all can get your copy, I believe. Did I put it in there? I don't know. I might have missed it today. Let me do it again. And for those of you who are watching on TikTok, I did. Okay, good. All right, I got it in here, right? So I'll just finish. Uh-oh, darn it. I did it wrong. Whoops. Hold on, family. All right. That's store. For those of you who are watching on TikTok, I want to invite you all to put a little note to me. I'm going to put a little box down there where it says ready to rise. Tap in that and request that I send you the links. So you'll get a copy of the link to get your copy of the True Scriptures, the Brit Hadash, and the Tanakh, which is the Old and New Testament. I'll also give you a link to get a copy of my Truth Bookmarks, which is a cross-referencing tool that'll support you as you're reading, because we're reading this. And when I first started reading through it, I was like, I don't know who's talking. I don't know who they're talking to. These names go all the way to a place I have never been. So I created the Truth Bookmarks cross-referencing tool to support me in my own reading, and I'm offering it to you all to share. So it's absolutely free. You all can go back to it and get that app. You don't see it. You don't see it. What don't you see? Blacktastic, welcome back. We have awesome studying with Queenie. Hallelujah, be well. I'm enjoying it too. I am enjoying it too. It's been blowing our hair back though, right? So those of you who are new, pin down your wigs. Oh, Blacktastic, you just became number 41 in the Love Tribe. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Amara says, I have my bookmarks. All right now. That also gets you on my list so that you all will begin to receive emails from me as well. I am so interested to see where we are going next. So for those of you who are just joining, you're not too late. We're still in the very first book, Barashiyt, which is Genesis. And we're starting chapter 50. So we've gone through the creation. We've gone through all the begets, all the family line. And we're understanding that it's a lineage that is being passed down. That's why they tell us all these different family members. They're trying to help us see that everybody is connected in this family line, right? And so we walked through, yesterday, we finished YAHUAH's part of the story, Jacob. Jacob passed away at the end. So we are finishing up with more information about Yusaf, a son named Joseph, and we're going to learn about what happened. So they were in the midst of the famine. His brothers, y'all know his brothers had sold him to exile, and he ended up in Potiphar's house. And Pharaoh, a son named Pharaoh, elevated him after he told him about his dream. And then his brothers came back because a famine was going on. They were trying to buy food. And so he revealed himself to him. He brought his whole family in, and he started taking care of his family. And a few years later, his father died. Jacob died. YAHUAH is his correct name. And so that's where we ended yesterday. Whew. So today we are continuing. The lineage is so awesome to learn this. I know, Shirley, right? So today we're going to continue starting in chapter 50. For those of you who are reading from the Tanakh, we're on page 111. I don't know why I'm having a private summer moment, family. Anyway, page 111, and we are continuing on. Hey, Carm, welcome back, beloved. Glad to have you. Y'all continue to tap, tap, tap so that we can get our numbers up. And let's go. Before I do, let me see if I can grab a highlighter, because I know how this is going to go. And I'm not here to play no games. I want to be able to capture every bit of it. Okay. All right, family. Here we go. Hey, Chaz, the nurse. Welcome in. Welcome in. Mariko, glad to have you back, beloved. Glad to have you back. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay. All right. Brittany said, I'm excited. I know, right? Y'all got your popcorn? Let's pin down the wigs. Brothers, pin down your hats. Here we go. Chapter 50. Barashiyt, sign named Genesis. It is written. Then Yusaf fell on his father's face and cried on him and kissed him. Yusaf commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father, and the physicians embalmed Yisharal. So Yisharal is the name that the father gave to YAHUAH, son named Jacob, not Israel. It's Yisharal, and that's spelled Yisharal, Yisharal. So they fulfilled the full 40 days of embalming him, for that was the time required for embalming. The Matsurim, son named Egyptians, mourned him for 70 days. When the days of mourning for him had passed, Yusaf spoke to the house of Pharaoh, son named Pharaoh, saying, if I have found favor in your eyes, please speak to Pharaoh, saying, my father made me swear an oath, saying, I am about to die. Bury me in my tomb, which I dug for myself in the land of Canaan, a sign named Canaan. There you will bury me. Now, please let me go up and bury my father, and I will return again. It's to correct the pronunciation and the spelling. YAHUAH is spelled YA apostrophe AQAB, and that is the correct ancient Paleo-Hebrew spelling. YAHUAH. Oh, thank you, Mariko. He says, family, don't forget to take your Yah breaths. Right? Thank you, Mariko, for reminding us. All right. So Para'ah said, go up and bury your father as he made you swear to do. Yusaf left to bury his father. All the servants of Para'ah and the elders of his house, all the elders of the land of Matsar, all the house of Yusaf, his brothers, and all his father's house went. Wow. Only their children, their flocks, and their herds were left in the land of Goshen. Goshen is spelled Gashan. Both chariots and horsemen went with them as well. It was a very large company of people. When they reached the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond the Yiradan River, not Jordan, Yiradan, spelled Yiradan. Okay. Coach Bridget, I appreciate your help, but we are here reading, not teaching. And until we all are reading from the truth, which is not anything that we've all read from before, we are not contributing to the conversation in that way. I appreciate you being here, and I invite you to just sit back and take it in. If not, you can find another place to study. But right now, we are not going to share content that's not what we know as truth. All right, beloved, I appreciate you being here. Invite you to study with us, but we're not contributing to the conversation in that way. Got it? Thank you so much. So all of them went. Hold on. So they reached the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond the Yiradan River. They mourned loudly and bitterly. Yusaf made them observe for 7 days. Hold on. Let me just. Sorry, family. Okay. All right. Yusaf made them observe 7 days of mourning for his father there. When the Canaanim people who lived there saw their mourning at the threshing floor of Atad, they said, this is a serious mourning for the Matzarim. That is why its name is called Abal Matzarim, which is beyond the Yiradan River. Yisharal's sons did as he commanded them to do. Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. His sons carried him to the land of Canaan and buried him in the cave in the field of Machpelah, before Mamara, which Aharon had bought along with the field as a burial place from Aharon the Hittite. After burying his father, Yusaf returned to Matsar together with his brothers and all the others who went with him to bury his father. Hi, Letlay. I'm here now. Hey, family, shalom. I know I'm the late one. That's all right. You showed up, beloved. We're glad to have you back. When Yusuf's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, maybe Yusuf will now hate us and fully repay us for all the evil which we did to him. Then they sent a message to Yusuf saying, your father commanded before he died, saying, this is what you are to say to Yusuf. Please forgive your brothers for the sins and the wrongs they did to you. Now we ask that you please forgive the sins of the servants of the YAHUAH of your father. Yusuf cried when they spoke to him. Then his brothers went and fell down before him, and they said, see, we are your servants. Yusuf said to them, do not be afraid. Am I in the place of YAHUAH? You intended to harm me, but YAHUAH intended it for good, in order to accomplish what is now being done to save many people's lives. Wow. Now then, do not be afraid. I will provide for you and your children. And he comforted them and spoke kindly to them. Yusuf stayed in Matzah along with all his father's household. Yusuf lived 110 years. Yusuf saw the third generation of Aharon's children. Also, when Machir, the son of Manasseh, was born, he was placed on Yusuf's knees. Yusuf said to his brothers, I am about to die, but YAHUAH will surely help you and bring you up out of this land, to the land which he swore to Abraham, to Yitzhak, and to Yaakov. That's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Welcome back, Joycelyn. Welcome back. She says, Shalom, fam. Yusuf made the children of Yisharal swear an oath and said, YAHUAH will surely help you, YAHUAH will surely help you, and you must carry my bones from this place. So Yusuf died at the age of 110 years. They embalmed him, and he was placed in a coffin in Matzah. And that concludes the book of Barashiyt. Barashiyt is spelled Barashiyt. That is the book of Genesis. Wow. Wow. So, shall we continue? Hey, Jackie D, welcome in. Welcome in. All right. Let the Exodus begin. This book is called Shamut, capital Shamut, Shamut. That is the correct name for the book of Exodus. And it says it's the second book of Mashah. Mashah is spelled Mashah. Mashah. And let me see. Hang on. And Barashiyt is considered the first book of Mashah. I just want to confirm that. Oh, I missed that. Happy Friday, Nelda. Thank you, darling. Thank you for the roses. Thank you all for your generosity. I greatly appreciate every bit of it. Thank you all so very much. It matters. It goes a long way. Thank you. Brittany said that was jam-packed. Phew, right? All right. All right. All right, here we go. It is written on page 115. What grace, Deb said, I know. Hi, Deb. Welcome back, beloved. It is written. Now, these were the names of the sons of Yisharal. Here we go again. Including every man along with their household. Rauban, Shamaun, Lui, Yahudah, Yishashakar, Zabulon, Banimin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. All the descendants who came out of the loins of Yaakov numbered 70 in all. Yusuf was already in Matzah. Now Yusuf died, and all his brothers, along with all that generation, died. But the children of Yisharal remained fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and grew exceedingly mighty. They became so numerous that the land was filled with them. Then there arose a new king over Matzah who did not know Yusuf. He said to his people, behold, the children of Yisharal are more and mightier than we are. Come, we must deal shrewdly with them, or they will continue to multiply. So Coach Bridget, if you have any questions, you can refer them to the Promote the Truth community, which is the community of scholars that translated the scriptures from the ancient Paleo-Hebrew scrolls directly to English. They would be the ones to answer any of your questions, beloved. We are just reading. Okay. All right, darling. Thank you. Let's see. So they put, okay. Come, we must deal, I'm on verse 10. Come, we must deal shrewdly with them, or they will continue to multiply. What if war breaks out and they join our enemies and fight against us, then in turn leave the land? So they put slave masters over them to oppress them with forced labor, making them slaves. They built the store cities of Patam and Ra'amasas for Para'ah. But the more they oppressed the children of Yisharal, the more they multiplied, and the more they spread abroad, and the Matsurim were grieved because the more they spread abroad, and the Matsurim were grieved because of the children of Yisharal. So the Matsurim worked the children of Yisharal ruthlessly. They made their lives miserable with harsh labor, having them make bricks and mortar, and in all manner of service in the field, and in all their work, the Matsurim worked them ruthlessly. The king of Matsur said to the Abari midwives, Abari is Hebrew, whose names were Shapara and Pua, when you are helping the Abari women during childbirth on the delivery stool, if you see it as a boy, then you must slaughter him. Can you imagine? But if you see it as a girl, then let her live. But the midwives feared YAHUAH, and they did not do as the king of Matsur had commanded them. Instead, they allowed all the boys to live. Then the king of Matsur summoned the midwives and said to them, "Why have you done this? Why have you saved the boys and let them live?" The midwives answered Para'ah, saying, "Because the Abari women are not like the Matsuri women. They are vigorous and give birth fast before the midwives arrive." So YAHUAH was kind to the midwives, and the people multiplied and increased even more. Because the midwives feared YAHUAH, he gave them families of their own. Oh, I just had a thought. Oh, hold on, family. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Just a second, family. Oh, my word. Wow. Just a second, family. Oh, wow. Okay. So YAHUAH was kind to the midwives, verse 20, and the people multiplied and increased even more. Okay, we already read that. I'll continue. Because the midwives feared YAHUAH, he gave them families of their own. Then Para'ah gave an order to all his people, saying, "Every Abari boy who is born, you must throw into the YAHUAH river, but let every girl live." Chapter 2. Now a man of the tribe of Lui married a woman from the Luim. The woman conceived and birthed a son. When she saw that he was a beautiful child, she hid him for 3 months. When she could no longer hide him, she made a basket out of papyrus and tuniced it with tar and pitch. Then she placed the child in it and put it among the reeds along the bank of the YAHUAH river. YAHUAH is spelled Y-A-U-R. Verse 4. The child's sister stood at a distance to see what would happen to him. Then the daughter of Para'ah went down to the river to bathe, and her maidens walked along by the riverside. She saw the basket among the reeds and sent her female servant to get it. When she opened it, she saw the baby. The baby was crying, and she had compassion for him. Then she said, "This is one of the Abari babies." Then the baby's sister said to Para'ah's daughter, "Should I go to get one of the Abari women to nurse the baby for you?" Para'ah's daughter said to her, "Yes, go." So the girl went and got the baby's mother. Para'ah's daughter said to the woman, "Take the child away and nurse him for me, and I will pay you for it." So the woman took the baby and nursed him. When the child grew older, she brought him to Para'ah's daughter, and he became her son. She named the child Mashah, son named Moses. Mashah is spelled M-A-S-H-A-H. And said, "Because I drew him out of the water." One day, after Mashah had grown up, he went out where his own people were and watched them going through harsh labor. He saw a Matsuri beating an Abari, one of his own people. Then he looked this way and that way, and when he saw no one, he unalived the Matsuri and hid him in the sand. The next day he went out again and saw 2 Abari men fighting each other. He said to the man who was in the wrong, "Why are you hitting your fellow Abari?" Then the man replied, Who made you ruler and judge over us? Are you going to slaughter me like you slaughtered the Matsuri? Then Mashah was afraid and thought, surely what I did must have become known. When Pharaoh heard about this, he tried to slaughter Mashah, but Mashah fled from Pharaoh and he went to live in the land of Madin, Madin. When he arrived, he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Madin had 7 daughters, and they came to the well to draw water and fill the troughs to water their father's flock. Some shepherds came along and drove them away, but Mashah stood up and came to their rescue. He then watered their flock. When he returned to YAHUAH, who was called Yitaru, their father, he said, "Why have you returned so soon today?" They said, "A Matsuri rescued us from the shepherds. He even drew water for us, and he watered the flock." He said to his daughters, "And where is he now? Why did you leave the man? Call him and invite him to have something to eat." Mashah agreed to stay with the man. The man gave Mashah his daughter, Sapara, to be his wife. She gave birth to a son, and Mashah named him Garsham. He said, "I have been a sojourner in a foreign land. During the period of time that Mashah was there, the king of Matsar died. The children of Yisharal groaned in their slavery and bondage. They cried out, and their cry because of their slavery and bondage went up to reach YAHUAH. YAHUAH heard their groaning, and YAHUAH remembered his covenant with Aharon, with Yitzhak, and with Yaakov." Mashah, 100% truth. I knew Mashah in them other books sound off. Oh, Moshe. Okay. YAHUAH saw the children of Yisharal, and YAHUAH had compassion for them. Chapter 3. Now Mashah was keeping the flock of Yitaru, his father-in-law, the priest of Madin, and he led the flock to the back of the wilderness and came to the mountain of YAHUAH at Horeb. The messenger of YAHUAH appeared to him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. He looked at the bush as it burned with fire, but the bush was not consumed. Mashah said, "I will go over now to see this great sight, and as to why the bush is not burned up." When YAHUAH saw that Mashah had gone over to look at the bush, YAHUAH called out to him out of the midst of the bush and said, "Mashah, Mashah." Then Mashah said, "Here I am." YAHUAH said, "Do not come any further. Take your shoes off your feet, because the place where you are now standing is set apart ground." Then he further said, "I am the YAHUAH. I am the YAHUAH of your father, the YAHUAH of Aharon, the YAHUAH of Yitzhak, and the YAHUAH of Yaakov." Mashah hid his face because he was afraid to look upon YAHUAH. YAHUAH said, "I have surely seen the suffering of my people who are in Matsar, and I have heard their cries because of their slave masters. I am concerned about their suffering. So I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Matsarim and to bring them out of that land and take them to a good land that is spacious, a land flowing with milk and honey, currently the home of the Canaanim, the Hatim, the Amorim, the Parazim, the Huim, and the Yebusim. Now the cry of the Yisharalim has reached me, and I have seen the oppression that the Matsarim are doing to them. Therefore, I'm going to send you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the children of Yisharal, out of Matsar." Then Mashah said to YAHUAH, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and that I should bring the children of Yisharal out of Matsar?" YAHUAH said, "Certainly I shall be with you, and this shall be the sign to you, that this is I who has sent you, that it is I who has sent you. When you have brought the people out of Matsar, you shall serve YAHUAH on this mountain." Then Mashah said to YAHUAH, "When I go to the children of Yisharal and say to them, 'The YAHUAH of your fathers has sent me to you,' and they say to me, 'What is his name?' what will I say to them?" And the Lua said to Mashah, Ayah, Asher, Ayah, meaning, I am that I am, the living Alua. Then he said, this is what you shall say to the children of Yisharal. I am has sent me to you. Alua continued to say to Mashah, thus you shall say to the children of Yisharal, YAHUAH, the Alua of your fathers, the Alua of Aharon, the Alua of Yitzhak, and the Alua of Yaakov has sent me to you. This is my name forever, and my name is my memorial to all generations. I'm going to pause right here to answer YAHUAH's humble servant. I know that your name starts with G-O-D. We are reading, you asked, what are we reading? We're reading from the ancient Paleo-Hebrew scrolls, the actual scriptures that the Father, the Most High Creator of all that is, intended for us to know when he wrote the scriptures. The scriptures that we've been reading from the KJV in the past and all of its derivatives, we found to be corrupted, beloved. And so you are not here by chance. You are not here by accident. The Father clearly led you here. And so we are reading from the truth. We're in the book of Shamut, sign named Exodus. We are reading from chapter 3. We just read the very first time the Father told Mashah his name. It's the very first time his name was proclaimed in the word. So you could not have come at a better time, beloved. Brittany, I know. She says, I'm so emotional. I know. Hallelujah, YAHUAH. Yes. I see you, Deb. I see you, Cassandra. Hallelujah. Yes. And just for your information, please do visit any of my replays and recognize that the word G-O-D is not his name. It's a title that was used to refer to Baal. And so the scripture support is overwhelming. I invite you to look at any of my past readings and go check the receipts for yourself, beloved. But I'm so glad you're here. Study with us. All right. Teresa, I hear you. All right. I'm going to read that again just because it warrants a reread. I'm going back to channel. I'm going back to verse 13. Then Mashah, sign named Moses, said to Alua, sign named God, when I go to the children of Yisharal, sign named Israel, and say to them, the Alua of your fathers has sent me to you, and they say to me, what is his name? What will I say to them? And Alua said to Mashah, Ayah, Asher, Ayah, meaning, I am that I am, the living Alua. Then he said, this is what you shall say to the children of Yisharal. I am has sent me to you. Alua continued to say to Mashah, thus you shall say to the children of Yisharal, YAHUAH, the Alua of your father, the G-O-D of your father, the Alua of Aharon, sign named Abram, the Alua of Yitzhak, sign named Isaac, the Alua of Yaakov, sign named Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my name forever, and my name is my memorial to all generations. Go and assemble the elders of Yisharal together and say to them, YAHUAH, the Alua of your fathers, the Alua of Aharon, the Alua of Yitzhak, and of Yaakov has appeared to me, saying, I have surely visited you and have seen that which has been done to you in Matsar, sign named Egypt. I have said, I shall bring you out of the suffering of Matsar to the land of the Canaanim, the Hatim, the Amorim, the Parazim, the Huim, and the Yebusim, to a land flowing with milk and honey. They shall listen to your voice. Then you shall go, you and the elders of Yisharal, to the king of Matsar, and you shall say to him, YAHUAH, the Alua of the Abarim, has met with us. And we ask you to now let us go on a 3 days journey into the wilderness so that we may sacrifice to YAHUAH our YAHUAH. But I know that the king of Mashah shall not let you leave, no, unless a mighty hand makes him do so. So I shall stretch out my hand and strike Mashah with all my wonders, which I shall perform among them. After that, he shall let you go. I shall give the Yisharalim favor in the presence of the Matzarim. Then it shall come to pass that when you go, you shall not go out empty-handed. Every woman is to ask her neighbor and anyone who lives in her neighbor's house for jewels of silver, jewels of gold, and for clothing. Hey, Deb, welcome back. You shall put them on your sons and on your daughters, and you shall plunder the Matzarim. Good to see you, Kayinle. Welcome, welcome. How can I get the song? Music.queeniebrown.com. Y'all ready for chapter 4? Woo! Exodus, Cassandra said. Mashah answered and said, but they will not believe me, nor listen to my voice. They will say, YAHUAH has not appeared to you. YAHUAH said to him, what is that in your hand? He said, a staff. YAHUAH said, throw it on the ground. He threw it on the ground, and it became a serpent. Then Mashah ran from it. YAHUAH said to Mashah, reach out your hand and grab it by the tail. So he reached out his hand, took hold of it, and it became a rod in his hand again. YAHUAH said to Mashah, reach out your hand and grab it by the tail. Read that, sorry. Do this so the people shall believe that YAHUAH, the YAHUAH of their fathers, the YAHUAH of Abraham, the YAHUAH of Yitzhak, and the YAHUAH of Yaakov has appeared to you. YAHUAH further said to Mashah, now put your hand inside your robe. He put his hand inside his robe, and when he took it out, his hand was as white as snow with leprosy. Then YAHUAH said, now put your hand back inside your robe again. He put his hand inside his robe again, and when he took it out of his robe, his hand was normal, just as before. It shall be that if they do not believe in your first sign, that they shall believe in the second sign. If they do not even believe these two signs and do not listen to your voice, you shall take water out of the river, pour it upon dry land in the water, and the water shall turn into blood on the dry land. Mashah said to you, YAHUAH, oh, master, I am not good with words. I have never been, neither am I now. I have never been, neither am I now, even though you have spoken to me, your servant, but I am slow of speech and slow of tongue. YAHUAH said to him, who makes a man's mouth? Or who makes a man unable to speak, or deaf, or able to see, or blind? Is it not I, YAHUAH? Now go, and I shall help you speak and teach you what you shall say. But Mashah said, oh, master, please send someone else. The anger of YAHUAH was kindled against Mashah. And he said, what about your brother Aharon, the Louis? I know that he can speak very well. He is on his way now to meet you, and when he sees you, he shall be glad in his heart. You shall speak to him and give him the words to say. I shall help you to speak, and I shall help him to know what to say, and I shall teach you both what to do. Aharon shall be your spokesman to the people and shall speak on your behalf. You shall be like YAHUAH to him. You shall take your rod in your hand with you, and you shall use it to do the signs and miracles I shall show you. So Mashah went and returned to Yisharal, his father-in-law, and said to him, let me go, I ask you, so that I may return to my relatives who are in Mashah, so I can see whether or not they are still alive. Yisharal said to Mashah, go in peace. And YAHUAH said to Mashah in Madin, go, return to Mashah, because all the men who sought your life are now dead. So Mashah took his wife and his sons, set them on a donkey, and he returned to the land of Matzah. Mashah took the rod of YAHUAH in his hand. YAHUAH said to Mashah, when you go back into Matzah, you are to do before Pharaoh all the miracles which I've shown you. But I shall harden his heart, and he shall not let your people go. Let the people go. Then you shall say to Pharaoh, thus says YAHUAH, Yisharal is my firstborn son. Ooh. Ooh. And I have commanded you to let my son go, that he may serve me. But you have refused to let him go, so I shall slay your firstborn son. What? As Mashah and his family were traveling and had stopped at a lodging place along the way, YAHUAH met him and threatened to slaughter him because he had not yet circumcised one of his sons. Uh-oh. But Zipporah took a sharp flint stone and cut off the foreskin of her son and threw it at Mashah's feet. Then he said, indeed, you are a husband of blood to me. Then she said, indeed, you are a husband of blood to me. So YAHUAH left Mashah alone. Wow. Hold on, family. Goodness gracious. 26. So YAHUAH left Mashah alone. She said again to Mashah, a husband of blood you are. She said this because of the circumcision. YAHUAH then said to Aharon, go into the wilderness to meet Mashah. So he went and met him on the mountain of YAHUAH, and he kissed him. Mashah told Aharon all the words that YAHUAH had said to him. Excuse me, family, and all the signs he had commanded him to do. Then Mashah and Aharon went and gathered all the elders of the children of Yisharal together. Aharon spoke all the words which YAHUAH had spoken to Mashah, and they did the signs in front of the people for them to see. Therefore the people believed, and when they heard that YAHUAH had visited the children of Yisharal, and that he had seen their suffering, they bowed their heads and worshiped. Oh my goodness. What in the world? Okay, Mariko said, oh, KJV, wicked bad. Moses left them with his father-in-law and returned alone. Evil James. Yep. Sorry, friends. Where are we? We are in Shamut. We're about to enter into chapter 5. Good to see you. Dynamic? Am I right? Or is that someone else? Just checking. Trying to remember y'all. Oh my goodness. Hey, Josh, welcome. Hey, Cedric, thank you for the like. Oh my word. She did that, y'all. She took out a stone and whew, thank you, beloved. Okay. Chapter 5. And afterward, Mashah and Aharon went to Pharaoh and said, this is what YAHUAH, the YAHUAH of Yisharal, says to you. Let my people go. Yes, it's different than I remember too, Brittany. Let my people go so that they may hold a festival for me in the wilderness. Pharaoh said, who is YAHUAH that I should listen to his voice to let Yisharal go? I do not know YAHUAH, and I will not let Yisharal go. Mashah and Aharon then said, the YAHUAH of the Abarim, Hebrews, has met with us. Let us go, we ask you, on a 3-day journey into the wilderness so that we may sacrifice to YAHUAH, our YAHUAH. If we do not obey him, he may strike us with plagues or with the sword. But the king of Matzah said to Mashah and Aharon, excuse me, why do you take the people away from their work? Get back to your work. Then Pharaoh said, look, the people of the land are now numerous, and you are stopping them from working. That same day, Pharaoh commanded and gave orders to the slave masters of the people and their officers, saying, you are no longer to supply the people with straw for making bricks. Let them go and gather their own straw for themselves. Wow. However, require the people to make the same number of bricks as they made before. Do not reduce the quota of bricks. They are lazy. Heard that before. That is why they're saying, let us go to sacrifice to YAHUAH. Make them work harder so that they keep working and have no time to pay attention to lies. Then the slave masters and their officers went out and spoke to the people, saying, this is what Pharaoh says. I will not give you any more straw. Go out and get straw wherever you can find it, but your work and the quota will not be reduced at all. Yeah, just cruel, right, Cassandra? So the people scattered all over the land of Mashah to gather stubble for straw. The slave masters kept pressing them, saying, complete the work required of you and all your daily tasks, just the same as when you had straw. The overseers of the children of Yisharal were beaten by Pharaoh's slave masters, whom he had appointed over them. They demanded, why have you not fulfilled your tasks and met your quota of bricks as you did before, both yesterday and today? Then the overseers of the children of Yisharal came and cried to Pharaoh, saying, why do you deal this way with your servants? There is no straw given to your servants, and yet we are told, make bricks. The servants are being beaten, but the fault is with your own people. But Pharaoh said, you are lazy. That is what you are, lazy. This is why you keep saying, let us go and sacrifice to YAHUAH. Now get back to work. You will not be given any straw, yet you must produce the same number of bricks. Welcome back, Vibrantly Happy. The overseer of the children of Yisharal realized they were in trouble when Pharaoh said, you are not to reduce the number of bricks required for you each day, from you each day. When they left Pharaoh, they found Mashah and Aharon waiting to meet them, and they said to them, may YAHUAH look on you and judge you because you have made Pharaoh and his officials hate us. Ooh. You have put a sword in their hand to slaughter us. Mashah returned to YAHUAH and said, Master, why have you brought this type of trouble on the people? Is this why you sent me? Ever since I went to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has dealt harshly with the people, and you have not rescued your people at all. Oof, thank you for the paper crane. Thank y'all for the generous gifts. I appreciate it. YAHUAH, this is chapter 6. YAHUAH said to Mashah, now you shall see what I shall do to Pharaoh. Because of my strong and mighty hand, he shall let them go. By my strong hand, he shall drive them out of his land. YAHUAH spoke to Mashah and said to him, I am YAHUAH, and I appeared to Aharon, to Yitzhak, and to Yaakov as YAHUAH Almighty. But by my name YAHUAH, I did not make myself fully known to them. I also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan where they lived as sojourners. Moreover, I have heard the groaning of the children of Yisharal, whom the Matzarim are enslaving and keeping in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. Therefore, say to the children of Yisharal, I am YAHUAH, and I shall bring you out from under the burdens of the Matzarim, and I shall free you from being slaves to them, and I shall redeem you with an outstretched arm and with mighty acts of judgment. I shall take you to be my people, and I shall be your YAHUAH, and you shall know that I am YAHUAH, your YAHUAH, who brings you out from under the burdens of the Matzarim. Another yellow book, family. Oh, no. Darn it. Cassandra said, come on, Father. Praise YAHUAH, right, Eric? Welcome in. Glad you're here. Don't forget to grab your daily heart, me family. I shall bring you into the land which I swore to give to Aharon, to Yitzhak, and to Yaakov. I shall give it to you for a possession. I am YAHUAH. So Mashah spoke to the children of Yisharal, but they did not listen to Mashah because of their discouragement and the harsh labor they were under. Then YAHUAH spoke to Mashah, saying, Go back and speak to Pharaoh, king of Matsar, and tell him to let the children of Yisharal go out of his land. But Mashah spoke to YAHUAH, saying, If the children of Yisharal have not listened to me, why would Pharaoh listen to me, since I speak with faltering lips? Nevertheless, YAHUAH spoke to Mashah and to Aharon about the children of Yisharal and about Pharaoh, king of Matsar, and he gave them orders to bring the children of Yisharal out of the land of Matsar. These are the names of the heads of the different clans from the various tribes of Yisharal. The heads of the clan of Rauban, the firstborn of Yisharal, Hanak, Palua, Hatzarun, and Karami. The heads of the clan of Shamaun, Yimual, Yamin, Aad, Yakin, Sahar, and Shaul, the son of the Canaanim woman. The heads of the clan of Lui, in the order of their ages, were Garashun, Kat, and Marari. Lui lived to be 137 years. The sons of the Garashun were Labani, Shammai, and their clans. The sons of Kat were Amram, Yitzhar, Habarun, and Aziel. Kat lived to be 133 years. The sons of Marari were Mahali and Mushi. These were the clans of the Luim according to their generations. Y'all, please keep tapping on TikTok. I appreciate it. Can we get to 20K? Hey, Kiki, welcome in, beloved. We're in chapter 6, verse 20 of Shamut, sign name Exodus. Verse 20, Amram married Uchabad, his father's sister, and she gave birth to Aharon and Mashah. Oh, Amram lived to be 137 years. The sons of Yitzhar were Kara'ah, Napag, and Zachari. The sons of Aziel were Mishal, Ali, Sapan, and Satari. Aharon married Alishaba, the daughter of Aminadab, the sister of Nahashon, and she birthed Nadab, Abiyahu, Alazar, and Itamar to him. The sons of Karaha were Asir, Alakana, and Abiyasaph. These were the clans of the Karaim. Alazar, Aaron's son, married one of the daughters of Putiel, and she birthed him Pinahas. These were all the names of the heads of the clans of the Luim and all the families within their clans. Aharon and Mashah are included in that list and are the same ones who YAHUAH said, Bring the children of Yisharal out of the land of Matsar according to their clans. Okay. Verse 27. They are the same Mashah and Aharon who spoke to Pharaoh, king of Matsar, asking him to let the children of Yisharal go out of Matsar. Doctor, you have 3 more radiation therapy treatments, beloved. We are standing in agreement with you. Send me a direct message so that I can send a resource to you, beloved. Those of you who want the links to all the resources, tap on that white button and send me a message. Ask me to send you the links and I'll get them to you. We stand in agreement with your healing. The Father promised us all restoration, and we stand for your healing. And remember, He healed them all. There was not one that didn't get healed in the scriptures. So we can hold on to that as well. Hallelujah. Verse 28. Now when YAHUAH spoke to Mashah in the land of Matsar, he said to him, I am YAHUAH. Go and tell Pharaoh, king of Matsar, all the words that I speak to you. But Mashah replied to YAHUAH, saying, But I speak with faltering lips. Why would Pharaoh listen to me? Chapter 7. Then YAHUAH said to Mashah, See, I have made you as a lure to Pharaoh. Think about that. Whoa. And your brother Aharon shall be your prophet. Oh my goodness. You are to speak all that I command you to say, and your brother Aharon shall speak to Pharaoh that he is to let the children of Yisharal go out of his land. But I shall harden Pharaoh's heart, and even though I multiply my signs and wonders in the land of Matsar, Pharaoh shall not listen to you. Then I shall lay my hand on Matsar and bring out my hosts, and bring great judgments against Matsar. After that, I shall bring my people, the children of Yisharal, out of the land of Matsar. The Matsarim shall know that I am YAHUAH. Then when I stretch out my hand upon Matsar and bring the children of Yisharal out from among them. So Mashah and Aharon did just as YAHUAH commanded them to do. Mashah was 80 years old and Aharon 83 years old when they spoke to Pharaoh. YAHUAH spoke to Mashah and to Aharon, saying, when Pharaoh speaks to you, saying, do one of your wonders, you shall say to Aharon, take your staff and throw it down in front of Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. Is this how it read before? I don't remember the middleman. So Mashah and Aharon went to Pharaoh, and they did just as YAHUAH had commanded them to do. Aharon threw down his staff and in front of Pharaoh and his servants, and the staff became a serpent. Then Pharaoh summoned the wise men and his sorcerers, as well as the magicians of Matsar, and they also did the same with their enchantments. Each man threw down his staff, and they became serpents. But Aaron's staff swallowed their staffs. Still, Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he would not listen to them, just as YAHUAH had told them. YAHUAH said to Mashah, Pharaoh's heart is stubborn, and he still refuses to let my people go. Go to Pharaoh in the morning as he is going out to the water. Stand by the bank of the river to meet him, and take the staff with you, which turned into a serpent before. You shall say to him, YAHUAH, the Eluah of the Abarim, has sent me to you. He says, let my people go, so that they may serve me in the wilderness. However, so far you have not obeyed. This is what YAHUAH says. By this you shall know that I am YAHUAH. With the staff that is in my hand, I will strike it on the water of the river, and it shall be turned to blood. The fish that are in the river shall die, and the river shall become foul and stink. The Matzarim will not be able to drink water from the river. Then YAHUAH said to Mashah, tell Aharon to take the staff and stretch out his hand with it over the waters of Matsar, over their rivers, over their streams, over their pools, over all their ponds of water, so that they may become blood. There shall be blood throughout all the land of Matsar, even in utensils of wood and stone. So Mashah and Aharon did just as YAHUAH commanded them to do. Aharon lifted up the staff and struck the waters that were in the river right in front of Pharaoh and in front of his servants. Then all the waters turned to blood. The fish that were in the river died, and the river became foul and stunk. The Matzarim could not drink water from the river, and the blood was throughout all the land of Matsar. But the magicians of Matsar did the same with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened even more. He still would not listen to them, just as YAHUAH had told them. Pharaoh returned to his palace and was not impressed. Meanwhile, all the Matzarim had to dig for water to drink along the banks of the river, because they could not drink the water from the river. Yes. Okay. Whew. 7 days passed after YAHUAH had struck the river. Wow. Okay, I didn't think so. Nelda said, no, the King James does not say that. Brittany says, oh no, yeah, it did not read like that before, right? He made Mashah as Eluah, and Aharon was the prophet. That's deep. Brittany said, that would have been a sight to behold. Can you imagine all the water Okay. I had nowhere in the King James does it say anything like that. Nelda said. um. Okay. Thank you, Father. Chapter 8. Then YAHUAH spoke to Mashah again, saying, "Go to Pharaoh and say to him, this is what YAHUAH says. Let my people go so that they may serve me. If you refuse to let them go, I shall strike all your borders with frogs, and the river shall swarm with them. They shall even come into your house and into your bedroom and jump on your bed. They shall come into the houses of your servants and into the houses of all your people and into all your ovens and into your kneading troughs. The frogs shall come upon you and your people and also on all your servants." Then YAHUAH said to Mashah, "Tell Aharon to stretch out his hand with the staff over the rivers, over the streams, and over the pools, and cause frogs to come upon the land of Matzah." So Aharon stretched out his hand with the staff over the waters of Matzah, and the frogs came up and covered all the land of Matzah. But the magicians did the same thing with their enchantments and brought frogs upon the land of Matzah. Also, then Pharaoh summoned Mashah and Aharon and said, "Pray to YAHUAH to take the frogs away from me." Wait. Brittany said, "YAHUAH would have got me with the frogs." Can you imagine in your oven? Oh my word. Wait, I have to get this chuckle out. Oh my goodness. Verse 8. I gotta read that again. He said, pray to your father and get rid of these frogs. Oh, that's funny. Okay, then Pharaoh summoned Mashah and Aharon and said, "Pray to YAHUAH to take the frogs away from me and from my people, and I will let the children of Yisharal go so that they may sacrifice to YAHUAH." Mashah said to Pharaoh, "I will give you the honor of setting the time for me to pray for you and your servants and your people as to when all of your houses may be rid of the frogs, except for the frogs that remain in the river." Pharaoh says, "Please do it tomorrow." Mashah replied, "It will be as you say, so that you will know that there is none like YAHUAH, our YAHUAH." Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This happened recently, family. There was a town, I saw a video where frogs had overtaken a city somewhere. I know, right? The frogs will leave you in your houses. They will also leave the houses. Okay, I read that one. Okay, after that, Mashah and Aharon left Pharaoh. Then Mashah cried out and prayed to YAHUAH about the frogs, which he had brought upon Pharaoh. YAHUAH did what Mashah asked. The frogs died in the houses, in the courtyards, and in the fields. The people piled them together in heaps, and the land reeked of them. But when Pharaoh saw that there was relief, he hardened his heart again, and he would not listen to them, as YAHUAH had told them he would do. We thank you, Rich Vitality. I'm glad. Shirley says, "I am that I am YAHUAH." Right? Let's see. Verse 16. Then YAHUAH said to Mashah, "Tell Aharon to stretch out the staff and strike the dust of the ground, and it shall turn into lice throughout all the land of Matzah." Sorry. Oh, they did this. And when Aharon stretched out his hand with the staff and struck the dust of the ground, lice came on both the people and the animals. All the dust throughout all the land of Matzah became lice. Then magicians tried to do the same with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they couldn't do it. There was lice all over both the people and animals. Then the magician said to Pharaoh, "This is the finger of YAHUAH." But Pharaoh's heart was hardened even more, and he would not listen to them, just as YAHUAH had told them he would do. Verse 20. Then YAHUAH said to Mashah, get up early in the morning and confront Pharaoh as he goes to the river, and say to him, this is what YAHUAH says. Let my people go so that they may serve me. If you do not let my people go, then I shall send swarms of flies upon you, on your servants, and on your people, and into all of your houses. The houses of the Matzarim shall be full of swarms of flies, and the ground shall be covered with them also. But on that day I shall set apart the land of Goshen, where my people live. No swarms of flies shall be there, so that you may know that I am YAHUAH, and that I am in the land. I shall make a stark distinction between my people and your people. This sign shall occur tomorrow. YAHUAH did as he said. Massive swarms of flies came into the house of Pharaoh and into his servants' houses, and all the land of Matzah was ruined because of the swarms of flies. Then Pharaoh summoned Mashah and Aharon and said, go sacrifice to your YAHUAH in the land. But Mashah said, that would not be right. The sacrifices we would offer to YAHUAH, our YAHUAH, will be an abomination to the Matzarim. If we offer sacrifices that are an abomination in the eyes of the Matzarim, would they not stone us? We must take the 3-day journey into the wilderness and sacrifice there to YAHUAH, our YAHUAH, as he commands us to do. Pharaoh said, I will let you go to offer sacrifices to YAHUAH, your YAHUAH, in the wilderness, but you must not go very far away. Now, please pray for me. Mashah replied, when I leave from here, I will pray to YAHUAH that the swarms of flies will leave Pharaoh, his servants, and his people. The flies will then leave tomorrow. Only make sure that Pharaoh does not act deceitfully again by not letting the people go to sacrifice to YAHUAH. Mashah left Pharaoh and he prayed to YAHUAH. YAHUAH did what Mashah asked. He removed the swarms of flies away from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. Not one fly remained. But Pharaoh hardened his heart again, and he would not let the people go. What do they say about fat meat being greasy? Brittany said, Cassandra said, yuck. Oh my goodness. Brittany said, now Pharaoh, you just got traumatized with the frogs. My goodness. And Joycelyn said, a glutton for punishment. Yes, completely healed and are being turned back. Hallelujah. Oh my goodness. Hey, Lance, welcome in. NIV, and not KJV, my error. Okay, got it. Oh my, I prefer frogs to lice. Can y'all imagine? King James says grasshoppers. Interesting. Hey, Gwendolyn, welcome in. Let's see what happens next. Chapter 9. For those of you who are new, we're reading from the Tanakh. As you see above, that is the ancient Paleo-Hebrew translation of the scriptures to English. Oh, the KJV says locusts. Locust is a whole different feeling than lice, because locusts are out there. You can close up if you can try anyway. But lice, that's, can you imagine? All right. Chapter 9. Oh, this is so good. He was not playing. Let's see. Hold on, family. I'm just trying to check. We have, 40 chapters in this book, and we are on chapter 9. Yes, that's what it says. Locusts, not grasshoppers. Okay. Chapter 9. It is written. Then YAHUAH said to Mashah, return again to Pharaoh and tell him what YAHUAH, the YAHUAH of the Aharon, said. Tell him I said, let my people go so that they may serve me. If you refuse to let them go and continue to hold them back, the hand of YAHUAH shall bring a severe plague upon your cattle that are in the field, also upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the herds, and upon the flocks. However, YAHUAH shall make a distinction between the cattle of Yisharal and the cattle of Matzah. Nothing shall die that belongs to the children of Yisharal. YAHUAH set a time, saying, tomorrow YAHUAH shall do this thing in the land. The next day, YAHUAH did what he said. All the cattle of Matzah died, but none of the cattle of the children of Yisharal died, not even one. Para'ah investigated and found that there was not even one of the cattle of the Yisharalim dead. Yet the heart of Para'ah was stubborn, and he did not let the people go. Then YAHUAH said to Mashah and Aharon, take handfuls of ashes out of the furnace and let Mashah toss it in the air in the sight of Para'ah. The ashes shall become a fine dust over all the land of Matzah, and miserable boils shall break out on both the people and animals throughout the land of Mashah. Yes, Cassandra said favor. So they took ashes from the furnace and they stood before Para'ah. Mashah then tossed the ashes into the air, and miserable boils broke out on all the people and the animals. The magicians could not stand before Mashah because of the boils that were on them and on all the Matzarim. But YAHUAH hardened the heart of Para'ah even more, and he would not listen to them, as YAHUAH had told Mashah he would do. Then YAHUAH said to Mashah, get up early in the morning and confront Para'ah and say to him, this is what YAHUAH says. The YAHUAH of the Abarim says, let my people go so they may serve me, or this time I shall send the full force of all my plagues against you, your servants, and your people, so that you shall know that there is none like me on all the earth. Oof. For by now I could have stretched out my hand and struck you and your people with a plague that could have wiped you out from the face of the earth. But I have raised you up for this very purpose, to show you my power, and so that my name is to be declared throughout all the earth. Yet you still set yourself against my people and are not letting them go. Therefore, this time tomorrow, I shall send the worst hailstorm that has ever been in Matzah since the day it was founded until now. Give an order now to bring in your livestock and everything you have in the field to a place of shelter, because the hail shall come down on every person and animal that is found in the field. Those in the field shall not come home, and they shall die. Those who feared the word of YAHUAH among the servants of Para'ah made their servants and their livestock come inside. However, those who ignored the word of YAHUAH left their servants and their livestock out in the field. Then YAHUAH said to Mashah, stretch out your hand toward heaven, so that the hail shall fall all over the land of Matzah. It shall fall on the people and animals, and it shall fall on everything growing in the field throughout all the land of Matzah. Mashah stretched out his staff toward heaven, and YAHUAH sent thunder and hail, and lightning flashed down to the ground. So YAHUAH rained hail upon all the land of Matzah. There was hail, and lightning flashed with the hail. It was the worst storm ever in all the land of Matzah since it became a nation. The hail struck everything throughout all the land of Matzah that was in the field, both people and animals. The hail beat down every living thing that was in the field, and broke every tree in the field. The only place where there was no hail was in the land of Goshen, where the children of Yisharal were. Whew. Then Para'ah summoned Mashah and Aharon again and said to them, I have sinned this time. YAHUAH is righteous, and my people and I are wicked. Pray to YAHUAH, for we have had enough of the thunder and hail. I will let you go. You do not have to stay any longer. Mashah said to him, when I have gone out of the city, I will spread out my hands and pray to YAHUAH. Look at that. The thunder will stop and there will be no more hail, so that you will know that the earth is YAHUAH's. But I know that you and your servants still do not fear YAHUAH the Eluah. Because of the storm, the flax and the barley were destroyed. Since the barley had headed and the flax was in bloom, however, the wheat and the spelt were not destroyed because they ripened later. Then Mashah left Para'ah and went out of the city. He spread out his hands to YAHUAH, and the thunder and hail stopped, and the rain stopped pouring down upon the land. When Para'ah saw that the rain, hail, and thunder had stopped, he sinned yet again. Come on now. Hey, y'all's daughter, thank you for the rose. And hardened his heart, both he and his servants. So the heart of Para'ah was hardened, and he would not let the children of Yisharal go, just as YAHUAH had told Mashah he would do. That's the end of chapter 10. Rich Vitality says, KJV does say Moses will be, oh, it does? Okay. But the spirit of confusion is on the KJV, so okay, yeah. Yeah, truth. What a mighty Yahuwah, right, Shirley? Oh, my goodness. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you guys for tapping. Yes. Oh, wow. Ooh, Lizzie. Lizzie just said something that it's in the back of my head, and I know it's in you guys' heads too. Pharaoh sounds very familiar, like the leader that we have in the United States today with a hardened heart. History does have a way of repeating itself. Yisharal, listen up. Whew. Chapter 10, page 127. And YAHUAH said to Mashah, Cassandra said, what you said. He was not playing, and he gave so many chances. He just brought that to my attention just now before you even said it. Me too. I thought about it too when I saw that they were so big, and we could talk about this inside the House of Mother Love today after the live. But Yisharal had gotten to be so big that they turned them into slaves. Interesting. So, chapter 10. And YAHUAH said to Mashah, go back to Para'ah. Steph? Oh, Steph. Steph says, yep, he was appointed for it. Can't wait to talk about it, honey, Nelda said. Nelda, have you come into the house? I haven't seen you. I don't think I saw you in the House of Mother Love. Make sure you go. Come home, Queenie Brown, and y'all finish the rest. You back, Be Will? Welcome back. Okay, to bring on the wrath, right, and to free the people. There's a return afoot. Just once. Okay, yeah, come on back home, beloved. Chapter 10, it is written. And YAHUAH said to Mashah, go back to Para'ah, because I have again hardened his heart and the heart of his servants. Now I'm going to show him even more of my signs among them, so that they may tell your children and grandchildren how I dealt harshly with the Matzarim, and tell of all my signs and wonders that I have done to them, so that you may know that I am YAHUAH. So Mashah and Aharon went to Para'ah and said to him, this is what YAHUAH says to you. The Eluah of the Abarim says, how long shall you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go, so that they may serve me. Otherwise, if you refuse to let my people go, tomorrow I shall bring locusts, there it is, into your country. So many of them shall come, no one shall even be able to see the ground. They shall devour what little you have left over the remains of the hail that I sent, including every tree that is growing in the field. They shall fill your house, the houses of all your servants, and the houses of all the Matzarim. This shall be something that neither your parents nor your ancestors have ever seen from the day that they settled in this land to this day." Then Mashah turned and left Para'ah. Para'ah's servant said to him, "How long will you let this man be a snare to us? Let the people go so that they may serve YAHUAH, their YAHUAH. Do you not realize that Mashah is destroyed?" Then Mashah and Aharon were brought back to Para'ah again, and he said to them, "Go, serve YAHUAH, your YAHUAH, but tell me who all will be going." Mashah answered, "We will go with our young and with our old, with our sons and with our daughters, and with our flocks and our herds, because we must hold a feast to YAHUAH." Para'ah replied to them, "YAHUAH would really have to be with you before I let you and all of your children leave Matzah. You are planning something evil." Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for my chatting popcorn. Verse 11, "You and the men can go and serve YAHUAH because that is what you asked for from the beginning. But all of your people cannot go." Then Para'ah sent Mashah and Aharon away. So YAHUAH said to Mashah, "Stretch out your hand over the land of Matzah, so that the locusts shall swarm all over Matzah, over all of Matzah. They shall devour everything growing in the fields, even all that is left over after the hail." And Mashah stretched out his staff over the land of Matzah, and YAHUAH brought an east wind on the land all that day and through the night. When the morning came, the east wind brought the locusts. The locusts swept over all the land of Matzah, and they settled on the entire country. Such a huge swarming of locusts had never happened before in Matzah and would never happen again. They covered the face of the entire landscape, so much so that the land turned black. They ate all of the land's grain and all the fruit orchards that were left over from the hail. There was not anything green left on any tree or any grain in the field throughout all the land of Matzah. Then Para'ah urgently called for Mashah and Aharon, saying, "I have sinned against YAHUAH, your YAHUAH, and against you. Please forgive my sin this time and pray to YAHUAH, your YAHUAH, so that he may take this deathly disaster away from me." So Mashah left Para'ah and prayed to YAHUAH. YAHUAH then turned the wind into a very strong west wind that lifted the locusts and drove them into the Yisuf, also known as the Sea of Reeds or the Red Sea. Not one locust remained in all the land of Matzah. Excuse me. But YAHUAH hardened Para'ah's heart even more, and he did not let the children of Yisharal go. YAHUAH said to Mashah, "Stretch out your hand towards heaven, so that there shall be darkness over all the land of Matzah, a darkness which can be felt." Mashah stretched out his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness over all the land of Matzah for 3 days. None of the Matzarim could see each other, and they could not go anywhere for 3 days. However, all the children of Yisharal had light where they lived. Para'ah called for Mashah and said, "Go and worship YAHUAH. Only leave your flocks and your herds behind. Even your children can go with you." But Mashah said, "You must allow us to have sacrifices and burnt offerings to present to YAHUAH, our YAHUAH. Our livestock must also go with us. Not one hoof is to be left behind. We must use some of them to properly worship YAHUAH, our YAHUAH. Until we get there, we will not know what we will need to use to worship YAHUAH." But YAHUAH hardened Para'ah's heart again, and he would not let them go. Para'ah said to Mashah, "Get out of my sight. Make sure you do not appear before me again. If you see my face again, you will surely die." Mashah replied, "Just as you say, I will not appear before you again." That was chapter 10. Whew. I don't know. Do we stop here, family, and prepare for the reading to continue when we meet again? Huh? Vibrantly Happy said, "All because of one man." Oh, on the Come Home platform, once you log in, you're getting a message saying thanks for completing the form. Okay, I have to let you in, beloved. YAHUAH kept hardening the hearts, and they didn't know. They fell for it. Right, Deb? Look at it. Chance after chance after chance after chance. Right, Nelda? Hallelujah. YAHUAH kept hardening his heart. Okay, let's see. Let me see. I'm going to go there real quick for you. I don't see your request, beloved. Go to home.queeniebrown.com. Yeah, I don't see it. Sorry. Come home.queeniebrown. All right. Whew. Can y'all handle one more? This one's quick. This will be 11 and we'll stop. Oh my word. YAHUAH our Aluah. He is not to be played with. Okay. Faith, who is that? Faith Liver is Orange 44 or 47. I don't know what he is. Is he keeps hardening his heart, right? Let's see how it unfolds. It's interesting how it's paralleling and we're able to see it and see what's happening right now. This is really kind of like, woo. All right, Father, we're watching. We're watching and seeing. Chapter 11. Then YAHUAH said to Mashah, I shall bring one more plague upon Para'ah and upon Matzah. After that, he shall let you go. And when he does let you go, he shall drive you out completely. Tell the people, both men and women, to ask every neighbor of Matzah for articles of silver and gold. YAHUAH gave his people favor in the sight of the Matzarim. Mashah was highly regarded in all the land of Matzah and in the sight of Para'ah's servants and also in the sight of all the people. Mashah said to Para'ah, excuse me, this is what YAHUAH says. Around midnight, I shall go throughout Matzah. Every firstborn son in the land of Matzah shall die. From the firstborn of Para'ah that sits on his throne to the firstborn of the female servant who is at her handmill, and all the firstborn of cattle shall die as well. There shall be a loud cry throughout all the land of Matzah, worse than there has ever been before and ever shall be again. But among the children of Yisharal, not one dog shall bark at any person or animal. Then you shall know how YAHUAH makes a distinction between the Matzarim and Yisharal. All your servants shall come to me and bow down to me, saying, Go, you and all the people who follow you. After that, I shall leave. Then Mashah angrily left Para'ah's presence. YAHUAH said to Mashah, Para'ah shall not listen to you. As a result, my wonders shall be multiplied throughout the land of Matzah. Mashah and Aharon did all these wonders in front of Para'ah, but YAHUAH hardened Para'ah's heart again, and he would not let the children of Yisharal go out of his land. I gotta keep going. I can't take it. Uh-oh, hang on. I'll plug in. Hold on, family. Okay, whew. All right. Grand Rising, Deb, you missed a good one, beloved. You have to catch this replay. Oh, my word. All right, we're going to keep going. I'm almost finished. I'm going to stop at noon. He was beyond stubborn, right, Jacob? Passover, yes. This is so good, Brittany said. No. Okay, chapter 12. Uh-oh. Send me a message if you want the links to everything. Just tap that white button on the bottom, family, and I'll send them to you. All right, YAHUAH, chapter 12. It is written. YAHUAH told Mashah and Aharon while they were in the land of Matzah, saying, This new moon shall mark the beginning of months for you. It shall be the first month of the year for you. Speak to all of the assembly of Yisharal, saying, on the 10th day of this new moon, every man shall take a lamb for his family according to the size of his household. If the household is too small for a whole lamb, then they must share it with their closest neighbor. Take into account the number of people there are. Excuse me. You are to determine the amount of lamb needed in accordance to what each person shall eat. The lamb you choose shall be a 1-year-old male without a blemish. You can choose it from either the sheep or from the goats. You shall keep it until the 14th day of the same new moon, and the whole assembly of Yisharal shall slaughter it in the evening. Then they shall take some of the blood and put it on the 2 doorposts and on the beam over the door of the houses in which they are eating. That same night they are to eat the meat roasted with fire. They shall eat it along with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. There it is. Do not eat any of the lamb raw or boiled with water. It must be roasted with fire, with its head, legs, and internal organs. Interesting. Do not let any of it remain until the morning. Any of it that is remaining in the morning, you are to burn it with fire. This is how you should eat it. You should be dressed with your shoes on your feet and your staff in your hand. You shall eat the meal in a hurry. It is YAHUAH's Pesach, known as the Passover. I shall pass through the land of Matzah that night and shall slaughter all the firstborn children in the land of Matzah, both humans and animals. I shall execute judgment against all the Alahim of Matzah. I am YAHUAH. The blood shall be your sign on the houses where you live. When I see the blood, I shall pass over you. No plague shall destroy you when I strike the land of Matzah. This day shall be a memorial to you, and you shall keep it as a feast to YAHUAH throughout all your generations. This is a law forever. My. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. On the first day, you must remove leaven from your houses. Anyone who eats any leavened bread or anything that has leaven in it, from the first day until the 7th day, that person shall be cut off from Yisharal. On the first day and the 7th day, you are to have a set-apart gathering. No manner of work shall be done on those 2 days, except for preparing the food that you are to eat. Only that may be done by you. You shall observe the Yom Matzah, also known as the Feast of Unleavened Bread, because on this same day I brought your massive regiments of people out of the land of Matzah. Therefore you shall observe this day throughout your generations. It is a law forever. In the first new moon, hello, Julie. In the first new moon, on the 14th day of the new moon, starting at evening, when you begin Pesach, known as the Passover, until the evening of the 21st day of the first new moon, you shall eat unleavened bread. For 7 days there shall be no leaven found in your houses. Anyone, whether sojourner or native born, who eats anything with leaven, that person shall be cut off from the assembly of Yisharal. Are y'all hearing this? You shall eat nothing made with leaven. Wherever you live, you must eat unleavened bread. Then Mashah summoned all the elders of Yisharal and said to them, go at once and select lambs for your families and do the slaughter for Pesach, known as the Passover. Take a bundle of hyssop branches and dip it in the blood that is in the basin. Then put the blood on the top of the door and on the two side posts of the door. None of you shall go outside the doors of your house until after judgment passes. For YAHUAH will pass through to strike the Matzarim, and when he sees the blood on the top of the door and on the two side posts, YAHUAH will pass over the door and will not allow the destroyer to come into your houses to strike you. You shall observe this occasion and these instructions for yourself and your descendants as a law forever. When you enter the land which YAHUAH will give you, according to his promise, you shall observe this ceremony. When your children ask you, what does this ceremony mean to you? You shall say, it is the Pasahah sacrifice to YAHUAH, who passed over the houses of the children of Yisharal in Matzah, when he struck down the Matzarim and saved our houses. Then the people bowed their heads and worshipped. Then the children of Yisharal went and did so, just as YAHUAH had commanded Mashah and Aharon. So at midnight, YAHUAH struck down all the firstborn in the land of Matzah, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne to the firstborn of the prisoner who was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of the livestock as well. Pharaoh and all his servants got up in the night, along with all the Matzarim, and there was a loud cry all throughout Matzah. There was not a home from the Matzarim without someone dead in it. Goodness gracious. Hey, Larry, how you doing, beloved? Oh, my goodness. Pharaoh called for Mashah and Aharon during the night and said, rise up, leave my people, both you and the children of Yisharal. Go and serve YAHUAH as you have requested. Take all your flocks and your herds, and as you have said, and be gone. But please Baruch me. The Matzarim urged the people to hurry and leave the country. Otherwise, they said, we're all going to die. So the people took their dough without any leaven, and they carried it on their shoulders in kneading troughs wrapped in clothing. The children of Yisharal did according to the instructions of Mashah, and they asked the Matzarim for articles of silver, gold, and clothing. YAHUAH gave the people favor in the sight of the Matzarim, so that they left them what they asked for, and they plundered the Matzarim. The children of Yisharal journeyed from Ra'amasas to Sakut. There were about 600,000 of them, not counting the children. A mixed multitude of other people also went out with them, along with droves of livestock, both flocks and herds. They baked unleavened bread from the dough which they brought out of Matzah. It was not leavened, because they were rushed out of Matzah and they did not have time to prepare food for themselves. Now the time that the children of Yisharal lived in Matzah was 430 years. At the end of the 430 years, to the very day, all the divisions of the people of YAHUAH left the land of Matzah. It is a night to be observed in thanks to YAHUAH for bringing them out of the land of Matzah. This is the night of YAHUAH to be observed and remembered by all of the children of Yisharal throughout all their generations. Then YAHUAH said to Mashah and Aharon, this is the statute of Pasahah, known as the Passover. No foreigner shall eat it. But every man's servant who is bought for money may eat it after you have circumcised him. No outsider or hired servant may eat it. It shall be eaten in one house. You do not take any of the flesh outside of the house, and you do not break any of its bones. All the assembly of Yisharal shall keep it. If a sojourner residing among you wants to celebrate Pasahah, known as the Passover to YAHUAH, all the males of his household must be circumcised. Then let him come near and partake in it like one who is native born. But no uncircumcised male may eat it. The same law applies to both the native born and the sojourner residing among you. All the children of Yisharal did just as YAHUAH commanded Mashah and Aharon. On that very day, YAHUAH brought the children of Yisharal out of the land of Mashah by their divisions. That is a mic drop moment. What in the world? Y'all take a Yah breath. Wow. Okay, let me paint my book real quick. I have chills going down my legs, family. My. Oh my goodness. What do we do with this? Cassandra said we're close to that time in this present day, 430 years. Yisharal. I have so much going through my head right now. I know you guys do too. This was a whole lot. Like I'm lightheaded right now. YAHUAH. Wow. I don't even know where to put this. Vibrantly happy to answer your question. Her question is, with all the calendar changes, how do we know when to celebrate his Passover? So you can go to, right? I didn't even bring my water. Y'all take a sip. You can go to promotethetruth.com and look for appointed times. And that will explain to you the calendar, YAHUAH's calendar. And it's not the calendar we follow. It's a different one. And that will help you understand the appointed times, which are the feasts that the holidays were based upon, that we recognize in the Gregorian calendar. Those are all, and I've said this so many times, everything the Father created, the enemy created a counterfeit for, and he convinced us to hold strong to the counterfeit and to run away from the truth. And so, oh my gosh, I am all messed up right now. And so we get to know how to follow his calendar, and he uses the moon and the sun to help us understand the time and not what we've been using. Okay, so I am feeling led to hold on, family. I'm gonna try to obey. Oh my word. Y'all talk amongst yourselves for a second. This is a whole situation. Serious personal question I must ask. What is the question? I'm going to read your comments real quick. I am YAHUAH. It makes my bones tremble with purity, right, Yaakov? Yeah, there were two of the feasts involved. I believe you're right. I make it a habit to only eat unleavened bread. Okay, Christopher, I hear you. Who is outside your window? There's a silhouette of someone on a phone. I don't think there's anybody. There's a wall right here. You might see a tree. If there was someone there, I hope they got baruched. Let's see. Should Passover be observed that way now with the unleavened bread? Yes. Yeah. This was the first year that I knew to even do any of the feasts. And I took the time to go through all of my food, all of my cabinets, all of my refrigerator. I even had to go through my hair products because there's leaven in them. And I put them all in a bin and took them outside my house. And for that entire week, we didn't have any leaven. My daughters were like, we can't have no bread. I'm like, eat this. You're going to love it. They're like, but we did it. And I cooked on the barbecue, and we had lamb, and I made the bitter herbs. It was quite an interesting endeavor, but we don't have it as hard. I didn't have to go out and kill no animals and put blood anywhere. So we get to learn. Yep, that's right. Christopher said the enemy created a counterfeit timekeeping system and a hijacked scripture. Yes, it's a bush, beloved. Oh, especially Chef Steph says, especially the Passover and unleavened bread and new moon is serious. Yeah. My daughter makes it so good. Roti. Okay, YAHUAH, you're going to have to share the recipe. Come into the house of Mother Love, beloved, and share that recipe. I want to try it. What about the blood on the doorpost? We don't have to put blood on the doorposts. But go to the resource that I mentioned. And then for you guys on TikTok, you all put a link in or put a message to me, and I'll get you all the links. And that way you can see how to honor YAHUAH, right? How to follow the feasts. Vibrantly Happy says, a rod in the earth draws a straight line west to east. Start tracking. I'm not sure what you mean. Let's see. Spring and a rod in the earth. Start tracking. Hold on, let me scroll up. User 145, I'm reading from the Truth Scriptures Tanakh. It is the only translation of our ancient scriptures that goes back to the ancient Paleo-Hebrew scrolls and translates it directly to English. So we actually get to know what actually happened. That bypassed all the shenanigans from the kings and what they did to confuse us, to keep us from walking in alignment with the Father. Basically, they wanted us to be condemned. And that's what the Bible that we were taught to trust ushers us into full and complete idolatry, which will lead us into condemnation. That would call it spring cleaning. We call it preparing for Pesach. Interesting. Wow. Okay, when you get a truth, when you get the truth, the Spirit asks for more. Yes, Mariko, can't stop, won't stop. 600,000. Who came with the figure of 2 million? What did you say, Drew? I'm not sure what that means. But you think about how many people, they were already, y'all get a picture of this. Yisharal had multiplied over and over and over again. They had become so big that they decided we can't do nothing with them but oppress them. Because if we don't, they're going to take over and we're not going to have a voice. So let's just turn them into slaves. And that's what they did. This was a mass of people and all their stuff, all their livestock, all their families and kids and everybody. Think about how big they were. Whew. My. Faith Liver, I'm waiting for your serious question. We have to go into the Promote the Truth. I'm partially circumcised and I'm confused now since that reading. Interesting. I would highly recommend you go to the Promote the Truth community, info@promotethetruth.com, and ask the question. I don't have any answers. I'm reading it with you. We're reading it together because we don't know what we don't know. And clearly, we don't know. So the Promote the Truth community has painstakingly translated this scripture. And I highly advise you to go there. And I hope the answer is what you hope it is, because I pray that you don't have to ... Please share again. Where can you get the calendar for the feast? At the Promote the Truth community, you have to go there. I'm going to put the link. Send me a message and I'll send the links to you. And I plan to go back to the Peritadosh, right? Yeah, we all will. Babylon is real. That's right, Shirley. That's right. All right, family. Okay, I have to be obedient to wow. Y'all hold tight. Just a second. Let me see if I can pull this up easily. Oof. Okay, that's not it. Oh. Hold on. I'm not sure if it's the right one, but I'm going to just pull one of them. Let me go back to the screen. Thank you for your patience. YAHUAH says we must study to show ourselves approved. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to play this song. I want you guys to listen to it. If you come to watch it on YouTube, you guys can see the words. And then after the song goes off, we're going to see you all later. You all can join me inside the House of Mother Love to continue the conversation. Go to comehome.queeniebrown and you can finish that. Or send me a message and I'll get the links over to you. There's a whole lot of meat on this bone, family. Hold on, let's see. You are very welcome. You are very welcome. Circumcision for health reasons now. Circumcision of the heart is required. Is that in the scriptures, Mariko? Because we don't know what we don't know, right? Yeah. I am opening myself up to one-on-one calls. But if it's a question about the scriptures, I would refer them to the truth scriptures, the Promote the Truth community, because I'm a coach. I can coach you on heart healing and on technology. But we read in the scriptures together. So send me the link to come home. You know what? Let me see if they'll let me put it in here. They might. Let's see, family. I apologize. And then I'm going to play this song for us. How do I do it? I did it the other day, but I don't know how to do it. There it is. I'm typing in the wrong place. Hold on. Family, forgive me. Just a moment. Oh, goodness. Oh. Just a second, family. I'm almost there. Now, if I get in trouble for doing this, y'all understand why. HTTPS. All right. I just sent it as a comment. That's the website. Click on it, and then you guys can come inside to have the conversation. All right, family, here we go. Take a Yah breath throughout this entire song and send me a message, Nola. All right?
Father, forgive me. I know who you are now, and I know who I'm meant to be. You made me in your image, formed me with your breath, gave me power, gave me purpose, but I walked in something less. You gave me all I needed, your ruach, your light, your truth. But I didn't always follow, didn't always look to you. Father, forgive me, I fell out of line. I missed your Shabbat, ignored the signs, brought shame to your name, even when I didn't know. Now I know. Father, forgive me, I broke what was true, chose the world when I should have chosen you. But I'm turning now, I'm coming home, I'm realigning with you alone. Every little white lie, every twisted word, every time I let my mouth bring harm, not your word. Held grudges like trophies, slept through your call, traded your instructions for my own downfall. I fed my body things you never gave, marked it with shame, ignored what you made. That body count, it speaks of pain I love, but you still call me daughter, you still lift me up. Oh, Father, forgive me for not walking right, for trusting this world more than your light, for teaching lies, for singing songs to names that never truly belong. Father, forgive me, I exalted the Son above the one who sent him to get it done. But I see now, it's all you. YAHUAH, I'm coming back to you. I turn away from deception, I renounce rebellion, I resist the enemy. He tried to steal my likeness, tried to dull my shine, but I see it now. I was made for the light, I was made for the fight. And I repent, I return, I resist him fully, and he must flee, I resist him fully. And I return to thee. I embrace your forgiveness, lay down the shame. I rise in your wisdom, walk boldly in your name. I adjust my crown, dust off the past. I stand in authority and I know it'll last. No more delay, no more guilt in disguise. I'm standing here, a daughter reborn, realigned. Oh, Father, forgive me, I missed the mark, but you lit a fire inside my heart. I'm back now, I won't turn away, I'm yours forever, come what may. Father, forgive me, you washed me clean, no longer broken, no longer unseen. I embrace the call, the commission divine, to walk in your image beyond space and time.
Peace and freedom reign forever, ever. I'm yours.
Thank y'all for watching. My. Thank y'all for watching. Feel free to come into the House of Mother Love family. I'll be here letting you in as you come in, and we can continue to go deeper together. Come home. .QueenieBrown.com. All right. Thank y'all. We'll see you guys on Monday. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. YAHUAH. Oh, thank you.